research about it, I've noticed for a mix of so many nationalities.
Yes, well, on my father's side, I'm a mix of Polish, Polish, Austrian, Filipino. Yeah, and on my mother's side, I'm a mix of Spanish, Lebanese, and American.
So six nationalities.
I don't know, they were joking me a long time ago that there's also Chinese there, but I didn't believe them anymore.
So it's like para siyang United Nations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My birth certificate under my nationality, it says Askal there.
But you were born where?
Well, I was made with foreign parts, but locally assembled.
Ah, in the Philippines. Okay.
Yes.
And you grew up?
I grew up here in the Philippines.
Ah, okay. That's why.
Actually, I took it upon myself not to make my fellow classmates insecure that I'd always be speaking in English initially. So I took it upon myself to really learn Tagalog para other people around me would be comfortable.
But at home, all of you speak English?
Both English and Tagalog, but I'm the most fluent in the whole family.
Okay. So you grew up mostly speaking English or Tagalog? Both?
Mostly English, but I prefer expressing myself in Tagalog. Parang there's more detail in personal self-expression with Tagalog, I find.
And so, culinary background, studies?
My first diploma, I graduated from CCA. I was one of the third batch of students in culinary. That was, I was batch 99, if I'm not mistaken, in CCA. And during that time, I was also fortunate enough that I was looking for a job. Because I was really into culinary already at that time. I had some cooking experience personally. So I applied in a few places and I got called to an interview for Venetia. I don't know if you remember the old Venetia back in the day. And apparently, I was only applying as a cook actually. And they liked my food. And then they called me back again for another taste test. And randomly, they offered me an executive chef position on the spot. So when I was still studying in 1999, during my third or fourth month of school, I was hand in hand working as an executive chef already at that time. So I guess that was my first big break. But 7 months later, I decided to resign because it was very difficult for me to have all the late nights working and doing inventory until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then my class starts at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I continued on with cooking in other places. I did the R&D work for a company called Chef Secret, where they do customized food solutions for places like Starbucks. And for the longest time, I was developing most of the savory sandwiches of Starbucks. Then I got burnt out. Believe it or not, I took a sabbatical from being a chef, and I wanted to do something more spiritual and just reminding me that I was a good person at heart. So I taught preschool kids. I taught summer first at preschool preschool, and they tried me out as a teacher for summer. They enjoyed my teaching capabilities and my personality. So I ended up taking courses in like St. Spellers and Right, classroom management, ADHD, for kids who, so I also had some special kids that I taught. So basically I taught toddler and junior nursery for about a year. So 2 classes, even with math training, arts, math, science, cooking, the whole works. You know, and that was a fun thing. But eventually the call for the kitchen was still the strongest. Even if I felt really rewarded, I don't know, there was something about being a good influence to children and helping mold and shape and make them enjoy going to school. Reminded me of how much I miss also teaching people in the kitchen. So I decided to test my skills, and I jumped from the Philippines and I flew all the way out to China. Where I had my girlfriend was based in China at the time. And so I was just there for a random visit, and I sent some applications out. During my short 2-week break there, I got a call back saying that we want to hire you as an executive chef for Beijing. And said, okay, but I'm here based in Shanghai at the moment on vacation. How am I supposed to go to an interview if you're there in Beijing? But apparently he was there in Shanghai at the time searching for people. So I met the owner and he did an interview with me in a friend's restaurant, and on the spot he made me cook. You know, and I thought it was just gonna be like a social interview and
Hands-on.
whatnot. And I was there all dressed out of a gimmick and everything. He said, by the way, you have access to my friend's kitchen right now. I want you to go inside and cook
Something.
whatever you want, you know. And so I did. But he says, I'm very conflicted. Now that the food's come out and he's enjoyed it, either he was choosing between three chefs. It was me, which he initially said, you're now my top choice, because he tried this well-known German guy out there, and the executive chef of Park 97 in Lanquai, who's an Italian guy. And he says, I'm very conflicted because I like your food and I want you to be an executive chef, pero sabi niya masyado kang pogi, basically. You know, in English, it's too good to be trapped in the kitchen. So he's like, how about this? And I said, what do you mean? What's the offer? He said, how about this? I want you to be my GM. Okay, because he knows nothing about the kitchen. And he says, I've had bar experience also before. I've been an executive chef before. So why not exploring being talaga his right hand? So that anything goes wrong with the chef or whatever, I could always jump in and so on and so forth. So I was, wow, it's a big leap from my comfort zone. That's part of the reason why I went to a different country to see how I ramped up on international standards. So I took it on. I became a GM of an Italian restaurant, fine dining Italian restaurant in Beijing. It was a 700 square meter place. We sat a total of almost 300 people. And I had a staff in total of about 65. Yeah, 65. So I was there from construction to full operation, helping out with the designs, even designing the uniforms. And the most difficult thing was training people. But I was lucky enough that my assistant manager could speak English, my bar manager could speak English, and the Italian guy that he got from Park 97 also could speak English. You know? So we became like the family there. So whatever I say in English, they try and translate to Chinese. But obviously we got the cream of the crop of the people who could speak good English. And so we did everything, from food training, wine training, and I even had to name them one by one. They had to have English names because their Chinese names were just too difficult to pronounce. So that was quite cool.
Can you name the restaurant? What's the name of the restaurant?
Was Capone's.
Capone's.
It's a franchise of something from originally from Taiwan. That was a Taiwanese guy that was running the place.
So it's a new concept, or it's another branch of the restaurant, or?
There's another branch of the restaurant. The original one was in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was a new mall that opened up in Beijing before the time of the Olympics that had this humongous LED screen and an open court there. And it's kind of like a high-end Rockwell, a really, really high-end version of Rockwell. So I mean, I've lost touch with the restaurant, so I don't know if it's still around at the moment. But after that, well, let's just say he didn't want to fix our visas properly.
Okay.
You know, so I had to move on from that place because anytime that the government would come in to inspect, I could have been in serious trouble.
Yeah.
I could have been arrested because he only wanted to give us expats like a business visa. You know, so eventually, once that was going well already, I left along with all the other expats. I ended up in Shanghai, where I was general manager and executive chef for a place called G-Mix Italian restaurant. It was based at a historical Chinese house, and we had a dine, shop, and learn concept there, where the owners were from Hong Kong. Basically, they had a steel company So one part of the restaurant would be like a gordos, where they would have their own brand of knives and cutleries and plates and things like that. One would be a wine shop downstairs, and in our main ground floor dining area, on the indoor, there was like a cooking studio there, so you can dine or even take lessons there. We had an outdoor courtyard, which was quite nice, and a private function room with 2 cooking studios there. So it was quite a large establishment. But I mean, like any country, there's always issues with people trying to pull a one-up or whatever. The former staff didn't really appreciate new professional being there running everything. I had no problems with the kitchen. The front of the house was, I caught them taking money from the company.
Oh.
Yeah, they had all these little scams going on left and right, having family members do the maintenance work, overcharging and putting it in their pocket. People ordering wine that wasn't part of the list. People taking the credit card machines out so that they could use their discount cards to get cash back. And since the owners were never there, they only watched the restaurant from CCTV all the way from Hong Kong. I said, you guys have had these employees for so long, but they're having it. And I said, I can't work in an environment like this where you trust them more than the senior people in charge. So again, I ventured off from that place. And I had a really cool project after that. I was an executive chef and GM consultant naman for a place called Planet Caviar in Xinpindi in Shanghai, China. It's an international chain from Geneva, Switzerland. It's a Michelin star chain. And yeah, it's one of the largest caviar companies in the world, or the 3rd largest if I'm not mistaken. And where they do bidding for caviar yearly. Because each company is only allowed so many kilos or tons in a year because they have to really preserve the sturgeon. So it was basically like a very high-end Santis meets Basque. Pero there was nothing but the best of everything there. The best caviar, the best oysters, the best champagne, vodkas, and so on and so forth. And that once that project was done, I had a little bit of a lull period, and I found another consultancy job where I pretty much helped my girlfriend's bosses at that time. They have a wealth management company there, which I'm not going to name anymore because it's quite popular. They wanted to open up their own parang hard rock cafe bar. So it started with us doing some searches for local Filipino bands that they can bring to perform there. And once that was accomplished, we designed the place and pretty much anything and everything that you can think of, whether you're drunk or a pregnant woman, you'll find on the menu. That's how I designed it there. I had a lot of fun with that menu. And the place was called the Red Beat. And it's located along the Red Light District at Dong Ren Lu in Shanghai, where I also did a sideline job there as a GM for a girly bar, believe it or not.
Girly bar?
Yeah. I managed a girly bar called Woodstock.
So during the night?
Yeah. So that proved to be very difficult. But when I was younger, I thought it would be a dream come true, to run a girly bar. But when you're a manager / bouncer / pimp,
you're doing everything.
it can be quite uncomfortable, I guess I got older and wiser, and I couldn't do it. After 3 weeks of
3 weeks already?
I couldn't. When there was a Chinese boss there, the wife of the American owner, that was, instructing me to be more of a pimp. And I'm just like, I'm not this kind of professional, But the sucky thing there is they were willing to offer me a permanent work permit there, and I had nothing else lined up. So I had to come back to the Philippines. If I had an opportunity, I probably would have stayed a bit longer. Yeah, so I came back in the Philippines. I did some special projects, consultancy work for places like Dunkin' Donuts. We had the first in the world cafe concept from breakfast to dinner. So aside from the donuts, we had breakfast foods, pastas, sandwiches, salads, the works. It was the first of its kind that had a fully operational kitchen. However, the location picked was still in a very underdeveloped area in Taguig during its early stages in around 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So it took a while, and then they shrunk the concept down to the mga sandwiches now. Yeah. And then, what else? I decided to go back to Chef Secret, reconnect with doing food for Starbucks, SNR, airlines, and things like that. And this restaurant has been around since 2009. We also used to have a fine dining one called Gaudi back in the day. And my tita, well, she's not really my tita, but we're family friends. And you know how the Pinoy thing is, when you're so close already, tita ka na, or tito. Well, the husband who was managing both places passed away with cancer. So she got very disheartened being in the one place that she's always with her husband, just as much as she's with him at home. And she decided to retire in Spain. So she probably come in every once in a while to do some consultancy work. But obviously when she teaches, everything's great. But when the executive chef is away, and everybody can do their own thing. So one thing led to another. This place started to need help. The fine dining place eventually had to close down. And we chose to maintain this concept. And I got approached. They said, Rob, we need help. So, do you want to get out of R&D and go back to what you love doing? I said, sure. But there's one problem, sabi ko. Most of my life, I thought somebody already in the family was taking care of Spanish food. Number two, there's only a few things that I know how to speak in Spanish. Like go to the bathroom, or ask where the bathroom is, swear, or maybe some food items. But and my knowledge of Spanish cuisine has been not really polished. And I was still back in my culinary days. So they offered to have me trained. So I said, yeah, I'll send you to Spain. And again, there's a language barrier. But I was lucky enough to do some research. There's a fantastic culinary school in New York. It was known as the former French Culinary Institute, but now is known as the International Culinary Center, with an all-star team of chefs from Jacques Pepin to Alain Zela.
So you did training in Spain?
Yes, I did for a little bit, yes. But there was a Spanish culinary arts program that was quite new to the New York school. And the dean was Chef Jose Andres. So he's like one of the rock star Spanish chefs out there in the world. And he had his own Spanish culinary program in that school. And he was a dean there. I couldn't resist, and it was in English. So off to New York I went, and I got a grand diploma in Spanish culinary arts. Loved every minute of it. I mean, first time in my life I got a perfect attendance award for being there at culinary school. And I met all of the staff and childhood friends of Chef Jose Andres. We went with them to Spain and we toured around different areas and tried different restaurants as an artist, of course. And back I was ready to rock and roll. So yeah, and that's pretty much so far.
But before you went into Spanish cuisine, what were your...
Well, one of my strengths really was Italian. Italian was, I found it as a no-brainer. It was automatic for me, no? But my passion really talaga was global cuisine, comfort food, fusion comfort food.
Among the dishes you served earlier, which one is your favorite?
That's a tough one. I'm a steak guy, so it'll have to be the steak. Right?
So it's a steak.
But I also like sisig. So the huevos morcilla sisig is also something that I feel for.
I have one question. what dish did you prepare that made the boss chose you among the other two chefs?
That's for the GM
China.
position.
In
In
China.
China. Gosh, off the top of my head, that's what I almost forget now. I believe I made a veal and portobello mushroom marsala. I took some of their fresh pasta there. I believe I made a spinach mushroom ricotta ravioli. Yeah. Na pasta. I did a Caesar salad na fresh. And I know I made a steak dish, but I think I did a steak dish with some sauteed vegetables.
It's more of an Italian dish, right?
Yeah, more of an Italian theme at that time.
But you really wanted to be a chef? How old were you when you felt that all I want to do is cook?
Initially, I wanted to be a scientist. I really did. I had a fascination for mixing things and watching the colors change. And then I started realizing that you can do the same thing with food.
Yeah.
So it transitioned to that. And so I started cooking as a hobby lang at home. Sometimes for my lolo when I'm abroad. Or trying a few things with my mom. And then I started to take it a lot more seriously. I had an opportunity to try Japanese food for the first time in my life. And my father would only take me there when I have good grades. Kasi at that time, I had Japanese food. And I would eat a lot of it because I really liked it. And as I was getting older, it was getting harder and harder for me to maintain a certain grade point average. One of my titas was, in conversation, was saying that she was going to take sushi and such Japanese cooking lessons from a sushi chef that was here. No? His name was Kamura-san. And I volunteered right away to learn and join her with the lessons. So I was 11 years old and I got taught Japanese food for the main reason that I only wanted to save my allowance, buy the ingredients, and make my own Japanese food so I didn't have to work too hard to get good grades.
Which among the cuisines do you think is very difficult to learn or to...
I think every cuisine equally, when you go back down to the classical ways of really preparing things with slow cooking and whatnot, can be quite difficult. But definitely French.
French?
French, yeah. French would be the most difficult, I would imagine.
So do you have another restaurant in mind?
At the moment, no. But I'm open to possibilities. Yeah.
And if ever, what restaurant concept
Well, you know, Spanish is really a comfortable cuisine here in the Philippines. It would be nice to have like a proper Spanish tapas spot. Would be one. But it would be nice to go global comfort food with a bit of freestyle. You know, I would like to be able to have it as a hobby as well, a small but manageable place where I can sit in a bar counter and say, what do you feel like having? Something light, medium, heavy, and whatever I have in the kitchen, I'll just randomly come up with something. Based on what you feel or think like have. You know, it's quite difficult, obviously, but there should be a regular menu which the rest of my kitchen team can handle. But the select few who can probably catch me sitting by the bar or whatnot, if there is space, then these are the people that I might randomly just create something for. But that's a concept for far ahead.
So you don't often go out of the kitchen and entertain your guests?
Oh no, I do on a regular basis naman. But I do feel quite passionate about the food that I cook. So when I do come out, I make sure that everything's all set and in order in the kitchen, because that's what the diners are paying for. You know? I don't feel like I have to parade myself like a model or whatever to crave all the attention. As long as the plates come in clean and empty in the kitchen, for me, that's all the praise that I need. Yeah, and then people will give compliments to the chef for the kitchen. I come out and say hi or hello, especially if there are people who have dietary requirements or vegan or religious requirements with their meal. I will definitely personally come out with friends and whatnot.
Questions?
May question ito. Kami na lahat.
Personal daw, are you still single or
Oh no,
attached?
I have a girlfriend.
You
She's
do.
been with me for about a year and a half already. She's a writer.
Publication?
She's a writer for Metro Society magazine.
Okay, magazine.
Research na.
Well, leave her out of it. So yeah, and her parents also have a little cafe and wine bar as well. So after work, I find it as a nice place because it's near where I live, where I just chill out a little bit, have some light conversation with hijos and titas and my girlfriend. We'll just hang out and watch DVDs or whatnot. But it's difficult, not dating a chef with the schedule.
Yeah,
By the time everybody wants to go out, all we want to do is go home and sleep.
I asked that because I wanted to ask you, where do you get your inspiration for creating the dishes?
I get my inspiration, aside from personal experiences, but profiling my guests.
Okay.
When I realize what the mix of nationality is, I have been blessed with being quite well traveled, so I know the flavors of the different countries. And I've also been blessed that I can successfully fuse things instead of making confusing. You know? I come up with unique dishes since I have a lot of Japanese clients, like paella and sushi rolls. I have sake infused sangrias. I have ginger also, and some candied ginger also, and some sangria. So there is from time to time a Japanese twist to what I do here. There's also a Filipino twist from time to time, but I still stay true to the classical Spanish cuisine and making it comfortable enough that you're not afraid to try it. It's all very approachable.
More questions, guys? You see? Good. Chef, video message. Invite our readers or followers.
Well, I would like to invite everybody to come down to Tapella Restaurant in the ground floor of Grade 5 to be able to come and enjoy the modern Spanish day lifestyle experience. Good food, good drinks, good service.
Thank you.